Man, I'm bored. Huh? What do you mean there's a creepypasta featuring the Teletubbies and Undertale? And what do you mean it has the picture of Ted Morgan? You may remember Rohan's encounters with the Lost Teletubbies episodes, with one featuring Darth Tubby killing the four main protagonists. But my encounter was even worse than Rohan's. How bad specifically, buddy? I just can't seem to get it out of my head, and it won't leave me alone. Okay, we're getting straight to the point. Let's go! I was home alone, just playing some Angry Birds, only to hear the doorbell ring. I then walked up to the door, and it was another package. I opened up the package, and it turned out to be a Teletubbies DVD. The cover consisted of the Teletubbies in the same background like in every Teletubbies episode, with Tinky Winky being the closest, and Dipsy, Lala, and Po being the furthest. The blue text on the bottom of the cover said the following: Flowers and other stories. I was surprised that Flowey from Undertale was featured in this DVD, which very odd because Wildbraid or Ragdoll ABC, Australian one, don't have rights to that Toby Fox game. Well, that was a bit obvious. What is that yellow flower doing in this DVD? I asked in confusion. It was very straight, but a bit funny to see an Undertale character in a show like Teletubbies. I then put the disc into my PlayStation 3, and I got ready to watch this DVD. The opening was normal, and it took me to the DVD menu. Okay, nothing bad going on, so this must be a lost media creepypasta about a parody of Undertale and Teletubbies, right? Right? It consisted of the same yellow flowers I saw earlier, while it was on the same background and the same title was on the top left corner of the screen. The options were the same, like in every Teletubbies DVD. I pressed on the Play All option so I can see what the episodes looked like. But when I did that, a warning came up on screen. Warning! The following episode you are about to see contains content which may not be suitable for younger audiences or children under the age of 18. Well, if that's the case, then why does it say on the DVD cover that it's for kids? Look, I'm gonna put an image right up. See that? See that? Yeah, use Adrian's more DVD covers. Viewer's description is advised. Crap, I muttered. Here comes the madness again. The intro started out normally until it becomes different at the end of the intro. Instead of the voice trumpet saying, "Where has the Teletubbies gone?" Instead said, "There is a new guest in Teletubby Land today." After the voice trumpet said that, the scene then cut to Tinky Winky playing in the backyard. He then notices the narrator and turns to the screen. "Uh-oh," greeted Tinky Winky. One day, in Teletubby Land, Tinky Winky was playing in the backyard. The narrator began. Tinky Winky then began to walk back to the Tubbytronic Superdome, meaning that his playtime was over. When Tinky Winky was about to open the door, a similar flower popped up of the ground, getting Tinky Winky's attention. "What's that?" Tinky Winky asked. "That was a flower," the narrator responded. I then realized that it was Flowey the Flower from Undertale, like I just said. "Tinky Winky pick flower," Tinky Winky said. Tinky Winky then began to put the flower onto the pot, where it usually keeps every flower in. He then went back to the Tubbytronic Superdome, and he showed his flower he found to Dipsy, Lala, and Po. "Will Tinky Winky find flower?" Dipsy asked. Yes, Tinky Winky has found a flower, the narrator responded. The scene then switched to Flowey's body, which almost felt like the flower actually stared directly at me. Howdy! Flowey spoke, greeting the Teletubbies' attention. The Teletubbies gasped. Flower speak? Poe asked. Yes, it spoke its first word, the narrator said with actual emotion. The Teletubbies were amazed, as they never knew it would speak. Ew! They said. It's me, Flowey! Flowey's a flower! Flowey said. Uh-oh, Flower! The Teletubbies said. Say, do you want to play hide and seek? Flowey asked. Yes! The Teletubbies replied. Great! Flowey said. I'll count to 10 while you all find places to hide. Hooray! The Teletubbies cheered. It then showed a shot of the Teletubbies hiding in different spots, while Flowey can be seen counting from 1 to 10. After he said 10, he said, Ready or not, here I come! Flowey then decided to grow out legs like in a cartoony-like way, and he started to look for the Teletubbies. When he found Poe, the windmill started to spin, which is preparing for a TV event. Uh-oh! The Teletubbies said. They then went to the hill, but Flowey was somehow chosen for the TV event. Flowey then got out a wireless TV instead of the Teletubbies displaying the things that they were about to watch. A DVD player was also on the bottom of the TV. He then switched the wireless TV on and he put a disc, which was simply labeled TV Event. After when he put the disc in, Flowey then began to make a creepy smile, like in the original Undertale game. It also felt like it was staring directly at me. After about 3 seconds, Flowey then disappeared by going back into the dirt. The camera then zoomed into the TV event screen. It consisted of a grassy background which looked like the Microsoft XP wallpaper, while a tulip was displayed on the grass. Just then, a new character came in from the shot. It was a teenage girl, her name unknown, but she was animated in a 3D-like way with her face having 2D shapes. She had brown hair, a light pink shirt similar to Boo from Monsters, Inc., blue pants, a pink shirt, red shoes, and had no visible nose. The girl then started to notice a tulip that was on the grass. What's this? A tulip? I love tulips! The girl spoke. The girl then sniffed the tulip to see if it had a good smell. Unfortunately, it didn't. The tulip transformed into a large creature, which turned out to be a flower, but it had sharp claws and a creepy face. The girl then gasped in horror while it was transforming. Oh my god! It's a monster! The girl yelled. The camera then cut to the girl, who was now looking at the monster in shock. No! Please don't hurt me! I'm just a young girl! Please don't do this to me! The girl pleaded. The monster didn't obey what she was saying, and it started to kill the girl. But luckily, when the hand was about to make contact with the girl's head, the screen then cut to the Teletubbies, who were now scared by what they were looking at. I could ever hear a blood splatter sound effect and the girl's blood-curdling scream as she was being tortured real badly by the monster. Run away! The Teletubbies yelled. The Teletubbies then ran away while they were laying out their ear-piercing screams. But Flowey noticed the screaming, and he decided to transform into his Photoshop Omega form. Hey! Where are you going? I only wanted to have some fun with you, Photoshop Flowey said in a demonic voice. and a remix of Your Best Nightmares with the Teletubbies sound font. He then grabbed out a chainsaw and then cut Dipsy's head off. There was also blood on the body, though. I was shocked at this. Photoshop Flowey then decided to find Lala, since she was hiding behind the tree. Lala's scared, Lala muttered. Photoshop Flowey then heard Lala's voice, and he decided to kill her by summoning a laser beam from his jaw, like in the original boss battle on Undertale. Photoshop Flowey then decided to find the second-to-last Teletubby, who was Poe. He then found Poe, and he then summoned a Phoenix flytrap with giant flies coming inside of it, again, like in the original Undertale game. Photoshop Flowey then laughed stupidly, but it was the same laugh that he had from the original game, which you know by now. He then found the last Teletubby, who was Tinky Winky. Photoshop Flowey then grabbed Tinky Winky by the head. Don't kill Tinky Winky! Tinky Winky innocent! Before Tinky Winky could finish his sentence, Photoshop Flowey slapped him in the face and/or cheek. Photoshop Flowey then killed Tinky Winky by sending out his Venus flytrap and the giant flies like he did earlier. Tinky Winky was screaming while this encounter, but Photoshop Flowey, on the other hand, laughed stupidly. It lasted for about 10 seconds until Tinky Winky died. After he died, Photoshop Flowey started to grab a flamethrower and he put the Tubbytronic Superdome on fire. When he did that, Photoshop Flowey then laughed for the third time, but then it was shortened. After he made his laugh, Photoshop Flowey then flew off into the red sky. The camera then cut to the Tubby Bye Bye segment, but instead of the voice trumpet saying, "Time for Tubby Bye Byes" 3 times, it said something different, with a demonic effect applied to it. Flowey has taken over Tubbyland. There is nothing we can do about it. We're all fucked. After the voice trumpet said that, the screen switched to the Sun Baby, who was possessed by Flowey's behavior. She then began to laugh maniacally, and I mean maniacally, because blood started to spew out of her mouth while laughing. Okay, so this is a little problem that every creepypasta has, and that is, having random blood for the sake of scariness and shock value. It's not that scary, guys. It's just no. 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 Just, no. The Sun Baby then started to set as the credits played. The music also had a demonic effect applied to it. When it finished, it then showed the Ragdoll and BBC logos, but blood can be visible in the black background. It lasted for about 5 seconds until it cut to the same red-tinted ABC DVD logos that Rohan encountered, but with Flowey's demonic laugh when the DVD logo flew into the screen. Just then, I thought the episode was over, but some text appeared on the screen playing, "This is all just a bad dream," in the generic Undertale pixel font. Oh no! I muttered, realizing that it could be a screamer and recognizing from the line the Undertale game over screen you get when losing to Photoshop Flowey. After 5 seconds, the text, "And you're never waking up," appeared word by word every 3 seconds, as the background included the text slowly began to crack. As the last word appeared, the now cracked screen remained for 5 seconds before breaking, and oh god, what I saw gave me the creeps. The background behind the broken screen revealed a realistic image of Flowey, only his face was black or brown like a sunflower, and he had blood pouring from his eyes and mouth. There was also a face that kept flashing on the screen in front of the screamer after 5 seconds. The audio consisted of a mix of Photoshop Flowey's laugh, pitched like the Charles laugh heard in the post-genocide pacifist ending of Undertale, a woman realistically screaming in agony, and a low-pitched and distorted British voice that kept repeatedly saying, "You're never waking up." After about 10 seconds, the disc froze, and after 4 seconds, the disc stopped. And this warning on my PS3 came up, telling me that there was something wrong with the disc. I didn't even say a word before this happened. The disc then came out of the disc tray, but it was now a blank disc. I decided to throw out the DVD and then put the garbage can into a garbage truck that was standing on the road. I texted my mom about the episode and she believed me. I had nightmares from watching the DVD. I can't describe what they were. Come on, buddy. Do it. Do it. Come on. Come on. I then emailed the Ragdoll Corporation about this situation, and they replied saying that the sacked BBC and Ragdoll producer, Ted Morgan, who was responsible for the other Lost Teletubbies episodes Rohan encountered, broke into their studio in 2016 and made the episodes that I saw. He was also the face that flashed during the Flowey Screamer at the end. He was Toby Fox's friend and possibly gave Flowey's copyright to Ted. That's no good. Ted Morgan played another trick on Teletubbies fans yet again. Even after he was fired in 2001, he won't stop him from making those lost episodes. I can no longer associate with the Teletubbies because of this situation I had. I now know how Rohan feels when he encounters these lost Teletubbies episodes. If you find a lost Teletubbies episode, don't watch it. Well, buddy, what if I want to leak it to, the Internet Archive spot? That would be really freaking cool. Piece of lost media that was now found. To be honest, I kind of want to meet Ted Morgan myself. He seems like a really cool guy he's an Undertale fan? I am too! Woohoo! So, anyways, that story was pretty bad, but hey, that's it anyways. Have a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye!